Many people have asked me for a little crash course how to make their Seder this year, since this is the first time many people are making their Seder this year. Normally they go away to programs, normally somebody else is taking care of them. So I'm going to give you a little crash course. The first thing is, don't panic. Our ancestors have been doing Pesach for many, many, many years. It's not a problem. It's easy. So here we go. So the first thing is like this. What should I be doing during this time? Number one is clean your house. Clean the house, take a broom. You actually need to clean your house, you need to clean your car. You need to make sure that there's no chametz around and present on Pesach. The Torah says you should not find and you should not see chametz. If you have any chametz, let's say, stored away in your fridge, in your freezer, wherever it is, in your cupboards, you need to actually move them aside. Now, you don't need to actually throw them away. What you do is you sell your chametz. So you go online, www.chabadic.com, look at the link for Passover, and then go where it says sell your chametz. You sell your chametz, you appoint me as your agent, and I go Wednesday morning to a non-Jew and I sell all the chametz to the non-Jew. So you don't need to actually, if you don't do this, by the way, you cannot have any enjoyment from this chametz after Pesach. So if you have a bottle of whiskey, for example, which is pure chametz, and you don't sell it to a non-Jew before Pesach, after Pesach, not only are you not allowed to enjoy it, you're not allowed to give it to your dog, or even a non-Jew, you're not allowed to sell it, you have no benefit from it, you have to pour it down the sink. So that's number one, sell your chametz. Number two, where do you store these items? So if you look over here, we have this little, just turn the camera over here, we have this little sign over here where we put these all over the house, saying chametz, with a little sellotape, so the kids know they don't open, and these little things all over the house are, you don't sell them. Musya, are you allowed to open this on Pesach? No. Why? Because it says here? Chametz. Very good. We don't open chametz on Pesach. That's it. So I'll give you here a little crash course on how to kasher. So let's look at the fridge freezer, which is the easiest item. So our freezer, this freezer is already kosher le Pesach. What we did is we cleaned it. I should say my wife cleaned it. Actually, I should clean it. I'll do the fridge maybe part. And every single item in here is Pesach free. I'll show you also, we have what these little things are. These are little liners, whatever they are, and we just put them over here, and that's how you kasher a freezer. So a freezer, basically just clean it well, and that's it. Since it's cold, the items we are dealing with, there's not much that needs to be done. These little liners are for extra protection, just to have a totally Pesach free kitchen over here. Okay, next is like this, the countertops. Let's talk about the countertops. So I went to buy this yesterday from a place called Lowe's. This is a little blowtorch. Actually, the guy, when I asked him where's the blowtorch, the employee in Lowe's says, oh, this is what you Jews use for the holiday, to clean the surfaces. This is what he told me. So this is actually the easiest and most ideal way. I'll show you in a minute. Just make sure we are safe here. No fire hazards, no alarms, no nothing. First of all, you need to clean the surface. Make sure it's clean. Make sure it hasn't been used for 24 hours. Also, porcelain cannot be kashered like this. Klicheres, so if you have porcelain, email me, let me know, and I will advise. Okay? So, you would just basically take this little thing, and this is basically a blowtorch. You can move it all over the place here, over every single little item, and this burns the chametz. This is actually the most efficient way. Just make sure that it's safe. No kids are around. Right? No kids are around. And this is how you would clean it. It's actually a blowtorch. You'd go over every single surface, every single part, and this cleans it. The reason why this cleans it is because this is real fire and it actually burns any chametz. So again, the countertop should not be used for 24 hours before. Porcelain is a no-go, and it should be cleaned very, very well. After we've done this, we then take, this is little material which we use just as extra precaution, just to cover the countertops. Just to cover them. Some people do this. We are extra stringent with this. So this is actually, we would use this over all the surfaces, all the countertops across the whole house, just to cover it. Now, if you don't have a blowtorch, the next way to do this is as follows. So on the oven over here, I have taken a pot of boiling hot water. Okay, kids, get out the way, move out the way here. Boiling hot water. Again, if it's a Pesach dish, then it's great. If it's a chametz one, make sure this hasn't been used for 24 hours. You see the water is bubbling over here. And now this is considered extremely, extremely hot. Now, use with absolute precaution. Make sure there's no kids around. Triplets are sleeping. Not a problem. They on their nap. And you'd actually take this. You could put a little towel on the bottom here so water doesn't flow and make a mess. Just move over here, please. And you'd actually just take it over every single surface, just like that. You'd pour it all over the surface, literally like this. Just make sure. I'm not actually going to do the whole entire thing now because we still need to use this for Shabbat, for Chametz. I'm not actually going to cut through the whole thing now. Now, ideal to take an iron, in order not to electrocute anybody, make sure the iron's not plugged in, but it's hot. And as soon as you pour the water over here, you put the iron, or a hot stone for that matter, you put it over here to reheat it when it touches over here. Now, the idea is it has to be what's called irui. When you pour it from here, make sure there's a continuous flow from the pot of water to the surface. If there's a continuous flow from here to here, it's called irui mikli rishon. And then this clears the whole counter, it kashes it. No problem at all. You'd go to every single surface, all the countertops. By the way, the kitchen sink, which is right over there, you would do in the same way. The kitchen sink, I would not recommend using a blowtorch. It may burn the whole sink down, or at least the surface of the sink, so you would use this item right over here. And then again, we use this blue little, some people use this is just an extra stringency, just to cover the countertops afterwards in any way, shape, or form. By the way, if anybody has any questions right now, just feel free to ask. And we are now going to move to the oven. Okay? Let's move now to the oven. The oven is actually, since most ovens have the self-clean feature, the oven is very easy. Don't just step aside over here. So the oven, you clean it well. Make sure to clean it very, very well. This doesn't work unless the oven is cleaned well. And make sure the oven hasn't been used in 24 hours before you perform the following procedure. But you would actually just open the oven, and you see the oven has a self-clean feature somewhere. Where is it? Right over there. Self-clean feature. You literally just turn it on. I don't even know how to use this myself, by the way. I would have to ask my wife. Start. Or my son. Self-clean or start, whatever that is. But the self-clean feature... Push start. Okay, I'm not going to do it now. But with the self-clean feature, you just turn it on and it burns anything that has ever been used before. It would literally burn it and kasher the oven from itself. If you can get these grates, new ones, that would be ideal. That would actually be ideal. But this idea would clean the oven very well. If you don't have a self-clean feature on the oven, then you turn the oven, well, you could use also a blowtorch as well. You can actually take the blowtorch, I'm not going to turn this on, but actually go inside there and kasher the oven with a blowtorch. Or you could just turn the oven on the highest setting, leave it on for an hour, and then it kashers the oven. So again, the oven, make sure it hasn't been used in 24 hours, and make sure the oven is clean. It doesn't work if it's not clean. The microwave. Microwave, I'm actually not going to discuss now. If you want specific questions about the microwave, just email me or call me, but the microwave I'm not going to discuss right now. Let's move to the countertops right over here. Okay, so these things here, ideal to get ones which are Pesach. So you take these away and you just use ones that are kosher for Pesach. But I'm just going to show the actual countertops. What you would do is you would actually just turn it on. Okay, turn on to the highest setting, all of them, and leave them like this for like an hour. Okay, so all of them are on here for an hour. Obviously you have to clean it before. Ideal to get new grates, new of these black grates, ideally. Leave it on like this for an hour. Make sure the stove tops have been cleaned before. Make sure they haven't been used for 24 hours. The key of all this kashering business is make sure it's clean, make sure it hasn't been used for 24 hours, and then that's it. Pesach is a holiday to enjoy. God has put us in isolation this year. Many of us are having seders on our own. I think it's, even though not ideal, but it turns out it's an opportunity to spend time with our families, with our loved ones. If it's by yourself, spend time with yourself. Spend time with yourself. Enjoy yourself. But the idea is that God gives us a joyous holiday. On Pesach we recite V'samachta b'chagecha. We should enjoy ourselves. So let's have an enjoyable, exhilarating, uplifting experience. So just to sum up quickly now, what you're supposed to do: car wash, clean your car, clean your house, and this is how you would kasher your oven. If you have any questions, please message me or email me or call me. Till the next time. Bye bye.
Do we have